Today we visit the Cat's Eye Bridge on the Toronto Beltline Trail. We're going to spy some turtles at the Don Valley Brickworks Park, and then we are going to check out Toronto's largest farmers market. So let's explore. Greetings from Mud Creek, which sounds like a weird bed name. We are heading towards Brickworks, which is a former brick factory in Toronto. So we're going for a little journey. So let's check it out. Got my Tim Hortons, by the way. Also, I have an announcement. This was filmed on separate days. Sometimes Kathryn has a hat. Sometimes she doesn't. Kathryn's currently in the kitchen making a lot of noise. Kathryn asked me to say this announcement. Both days I might be wearing the same clothes. Yeah, and this is maybe 15-20 minutes walk from our house. So it's quite nice that we're still like right in the heart of Toronto, and yet we're in the middle of nature. Check out the serenity here at Beltline Park. Beltline Park? Beltline Trail. Got a penis drawn on that, and it says fuck Leaside. That bridge, the Cat's Eyes Bridge, crosses the Beltline Trail, which used to be an old railway track back in the late 1800s. Kathryn hates these sorts of facts. Don't you, Kathryn? As you can see, it is very pretty here. I like the fact that it is in shade. That is just like greenery nearby. Seeing grass and stuff. It's kind of cool. This is Keating's having a good time. Look, it's all happening here at whatever this trail is called. Toronto can be pretty grimy in winter. I remember when we first arrived, never having seen Toronto with my eyes. And we landed in March, which is really the tail end of winter. It was grey, it was cold, it was white. It looked depressing. Kathryn said it wasn't white, it was grey. Anyways, summer, the greenery is just lovely and different from the bush of New Zealand. Always plenty of like great things to see in Toronto videos, and they're like, check out the CN Tower or check out the Ripley's Aquarium. But I think if you want a little bit of a break from the big smoke, then come check out the Beltline Trail. It's really neat, especially in summer. Obviously there's all trees, it's all shaded. Got a little bridge above us. Can you see the bridge poking through? Some people exploring. It looks super rad. Very scenic. Okay, so we're nearly at the end of the walk. It looks long, but really it probably took us about an hour or so. And I am not in peak physical condition, so I really feel like anyone can do it. And here we are at the start of the Don Valley Brickworks, crossing a pretty cute iron bridge. And we've got wonderful views of a little stream down here. How neat is this? How neat is this? The forest changes, but more interestingly, I don't think we've got red osier dogwood in New Zealand.
More of a catwood place.
We are not a catwood place. And where is the sugar maple in New Zealand?
Yeah. Is that a fan in the tree?
Don't think so. The tail is not a fan.
Okay, but it could be.
The Don Valley Brickworks Park has a bunch of ponds which are nice to walk through, especially in summer. And over here we have some swampy lakes covered in plants and a cute little bridge, which is cute. There's multiple tracks in the park, but you can't really get lost. Just go downhill, which is generally always south towards Lake Ontario. Apparently turtles are native around here, and if we zoom in, just past the branch, if we look through there, you can see 3 little turtles. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. The walk through the ponds are all boardwalks, and so on a nice day, heaps of families come out and spy on the turtles. I didn't know there were turtles in New Zealand, and I never remember seeing them growing up as a kid. Maybe people let them free as pets and they're taking over, I don't know. I do remember seeing what appeared to be 1,000 of them in one pond once in China. It was gross.
I've got 10 seconds to talk about turtles. I saw turtles in the lakes, in the ponds.
You're not really doing a lot, are you? Oh, now you can see me. Hello there. This is so neat. And you keep walking basically down the valley until you reach the old brick factory. And there's Mrs. Kenning, just peeking out. You never really get to see tourist guides talk about these places, yet they're super nice. I guess that's the advantage of living somewhere over just visiting, right? Here we have a little bit of wildlife. We've got Canadian geese, or Canadian. What, the one with the tall neck? The one that just sat down? Yeah. And we've got this up here too. And you can see the ponds, the forest and the meadow. You can see yourself in nature. God, I've never looked so skinny. Then you'll find the former Brickworks here in the Don Valley, which look very pretty, including the chimney that says Valley. Valley, Valley. The brickworks were put here because of the exposed clay, presumably in the Don Valley, because of all the water trickling through. If you come here on a Saturday, and I recommend you do, you'll see apparently Toronto's largest farmers market. We've been to a few farmers markets around Toronto, and they typically have the same sort of stuff at each one. Strawberries come in these cute little punnets. Now, we bought some for $7, and when I got home, I washed them and soaked them overnight in water in the fridge. Turns out they went mushy and bland, and I had to throw them away. Don't be me. We also bought some organic Scottish Highland beef for a roast. But when we cooked it, it was pretty bland. It was very pale in texture and didn't really have a beefy taste. It was a pretty strange experience. What do you think, Mrs. Canning?
I think there are many facts that are wrong with your story. We paid $12 for the strawberries. There was something else before you said that was wrong too.
Basically there's a maze to go through this little garden centre. If you want to come down here, is the TTC bus number 28, and it goes to Davisville Station. I presume it comes from Davisville Station, I don't know.